Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I hope that you all have had a wonderful Christmas. And mine was okay. It was low key, and it is what it is regarding what's going on. So, hopefully this time next year we'll have something very close to what we would call the norm. I'm going to entitle this video Reading Between the Lines Part 2, December 29th, actually December 30th. Every now and then, actually unfortunately I won't say every now and then, quite frequently, you ask people questions and they want to dance around the answer or the question, like you're stupid, And I've been getting a lot of this from Reverb. And for what I'm going to end up probably doing is just taking a break from buying any guitars, because I just ask simple stuff and people don't want to give me answers to simple questions. They want to be deceitful. They want to lie. And it's like, come on, man. It's kind of obvious you're lying, And I'm like, I'm just kind of getting tired of this. It's like, what happened to the honest people with a sense of integrity? This is my product. I stand behind it. This is what it is. I'm not hiding anything deliberately. Now, sometimes there are cases where people just don't realize something going on here with their product. They didn't realize that. And they try to answer your questions as honest and accurate as possible. But lately, I've just been getting people lying. Just straight out lying. And they think that you are so dumb that you don't recognize and notice the lie. Because here it is, and I'm going to read this verbatim. I inquired about a guitar off of Reverb, and it had a very unique color. Because, lately I've been just buying some kind of one-of-a-kind or very rare types of guitars. So I'm going to read this to you verbatim. And you know what's the most important question I'm going to ask anybody? Because all that other stuff don't mean nothing if you don't have a guitar that's comfortable to play. And that's one of the first things I asked. How's the action, since they didn't bother to volunteer that information in the description? Because again, you can have the most pretty, nice looking guitar on the planet. You can have the most expensive guitar on the planet. You can have the most sought after guitar on the planet, but that don't mean blank if it don't feel good to play. And most of us want low action guitars. We don't want no high ass strings that you got to press down and it hurts your fingers. And once you come off that bar chord and you look at your hands, you see the string marks across your hands. And that's due to high action, that you got to press them down there and hold them down there until you finish playing that chord. Instead of they already low, you just got to apply, a small amount of pressure to play the chord, But there are a handful of people, and I do mean a handful of people, that like that type of action. But most of us don't, So my first question was, because I wasn't 100% sure, I said, nice guitar. Is this Affinity or Bullet? Because sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. And sometimes people don't want to tell you that they're selling you a Bullet when you think you're getting an Infinity, So I want to make sure that was cleared. And he said, it's an Affinity. Thank you. So then my next question is, which is usually my first question, thanks. How's the action? I love low action guitars. I'm not a fan of high action guitars. Now here's the kicker. Because I just basically dissected this statement. And I'm going to try to break it down or break it and break it up and tell you my thoughts on this statement. And it reads like this, verbatim. I'm afraid it's packed up for shipping. Why would you pack up your guitar before you haven't sold it? Who does that? Here's the second part. I haven't had the opportunity to play it. So you don't play your guitars before you sell them so you can give the potential buyer some information that they might need? Flag 2. Okay, so it said I haven't had the opportunity to play it. Here comes the third part. So I'm afraid I can't really answer that question. How long have the guitar been bagged up? Since 1995? It's ridiculous. I got over 30 guitars up in here. And then I got tons of them in studios all over the city and all over the country. And I can tell you, some of them I haven't played in months. But I can still tell you each and every one of those guitars how they feel. How is the action situation? Because, of course, all of those guitars don't have the same exact setup and action wise, but I can still tell you that that one guitar or that second one or this third one here. So why would you bag up something or pack up something you ain't sold yet? And then here's the good example why it's not a good idea, because somebody might have a question that you can't answer immediately unless you go back and just physically look at the guitar. So why would you pack it up? Why would you pack it up? You ain't sold it yet. That makes no sense. So he can't really answer that question. Again, when was the last time you played the guitar? 1995? This is some bullshit. People don't want to give you straight answers. And why would you sell something that you are not going to be able to give an answer to a question that's going to be most likely asked? Makes no sense other than deceit, So it said it's in nice shape overall. How would you know that? You don't even remember how the action was. There's some paint chips on the bottom, but probably from the belt buckle. And the paint chip ain't a big deal, because I told you guys I'm not one of the people, it's a little scratch on it, so then I want to send it back. No, that does not affect the playability, but this is a good example. One of many that I've posted videos on my channel regarding this. You ask people straight out questions, they don't have an answer to it when they should. It's like, you're selling this, so you need to give me an answer to my question. If not, have a good day, But this is ridiculous, I already packed it up. I haven't played it in a while, but you're selling it. It's just like I sit a car in my garage for 10 years, and then somebody asks me, well, how does it ride? Well, I haven't rode in a long time. I don't know. Wouldn't it be a good idea to drive it first and then be able to have these questions answered on hand? This makes no sense, And this is, one of many reasons why, I'm going to take a break from buying anything. I'm going to take a break from selling anything that I don't already have. Now, if I decide to sell anything within my collection physically here, that's not a problem, because I already know that I can answer any question you guys might have about the guitar. And most likely when I get ready to sell guitars and the videos that I post, I've given you the answer to some of the questions or all the questions you might have. Because again, as you get older, you become a little wiser, hopefully. And the first question I ask nowadays is not who made it, not what kind of wood, not about the pickups and electronics. Does it feel good to play? Is the action low? It's the action low. That's the first question I'm going to ask. And whenever I post guitars that I sell, that's one of the first questions that I put out there. Action's great. You see me play this guitar on my channel all the time, and it feels good to me. It feels good to me. Now, no two people will have the same, I guess, perspective on an instrument. They won't, And I'll share this. Should I share this? Yeah, I'm going to share this, because I'm an honest guy. I gave my buddy a brand new guitar less than 2 months ago. Now, first what he should have done was played it within the first 2-3 days. So instead of let it sit up in the box for 2 months. And when I got it, because I told the people that I bought it from the music store, I said I want it low, because they sold me a gray bass that the action is just incredible on that bass. I'm like, this is the lowest action I've ever played, and it's not buzzing or anything. It's comfortable, extremely comfortable. I said I want the same thing for the one I'm buying now, and it was a red one. They sent it to me, same specifications. The action's low, nothing wrong with it. I get an email from him about a couple of days ago. It's buzzing, and it don't feel like the other one. And I'm like, it wasn't buzzing when I gave it to you. And I even posted a video of me playing it. I had no problems with it. Now, what could have happened, and this is most likely what has happened, that the humidity has changed the setup. That's why, I encourage people, when you buy something, don't let it sit up for 2 months before you check it out. You check it out the same day. So if there is an issue, we can address it. But it was just perhaps the humidity. It raised. I'm like, it couldn't have raised it too much, because I'm like, that guitar action was low. So I'm like, not a problem, because we had switched out basses. I said, no problem. I said, please, capital letters, Don't make any adjustments to that guitar. Just bring it back, and I'll give you back the other one. I haven't heard from him. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna chase you, dude. The ball's in your court. You didn't bother to respond to my email, which is what you normally do. 90% of the emails that I send this guy, he don't even respond. Just blow it off. I'm like, fine. I'm tired of chasing people this year. That's one of my resolutions, that I'm going to treat you exactly like you treat me. However you decide you want to treat me is however decide you're going to get treated. You send me email, I send you emails that you don't respond to. I'm not going to respond to the ones you send me. I'm going to give you a mirror of what you're doing. I had an issue with my daughter about a week before Christmas, and I had to get her straight. And she's angry. I'm like, well, I'm your father. I'm telling you what I know is best for you. You haven't been on this planet nearly as long as me. Trust me, been there, done that, and you still want to do this. And I already told you the outcome of you doing this. It ain't going to be in your favor, but you want to just ignore it. Fine. That's your life. I'm sick of this shit. I'm treating everybody the way that they treat me. So it's on you. If you're going to be kind and considerate and respond and be, a caring person towards another caring person, fine. If you're not going to be rude and just fine, I'm giving you exactly what you're giving me. Because I'm tired of this. I'm too fucking old for this now. It's like I'm almost 60 years old, and the people that are clowning are almost my age, with the exception of my daughter. I'm like, and it's still like this 50 years later, and you don't get it? Fine, I'm done. I'm tired, I'm not doing it anymore. But sorry for that rant. That had to come out because I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. It's real simple. You ask yourself, how would I like to be treated in this situation? I believe that everybody else would want to be treated in the same manner. So it makes sense to do it this way. Don't make sense to do it this way because I don't like it this way. So why would you think that the other dude gonna like it this way? But I don't get it. I just don't get it. I treat people in a manner that I think they won't want to be treated, or how I want to be treated. I mean, do I want people to respond to my inquiries? Absolutely. So why wouldn't I respond to their inquiries? Are there two set of different rules that we're living by? I don't think so. But it is what it is, and like I said, as far as getting back to the guitar thing, it's just real simple. Be honest, Be honest and be very, I guess, quick to respond. I'm not asking you to respond to me 2 hours later, but at least 2 days later, not 2 months later, 2 weeks later, no response at all. Fine, Again, moving forward for everybody, and this includes everybody. You get treated by me in the manner that you treat me. So it's in your court. If you, again, resign to the fact of ignoring people, won't respond to people, being rude, won't say thank you, you're going to get the same fucking thing from me. Just that simple. So until next time, take care. And I thank you guys for watching my channel. And I try my best to do my best to help you guys, because that's what this channel is about. It's about helping you guys learn these wonderful songs with chords that I can provide for you guys. And then when I do videos like this to help you head off people that's on some bullshit, like this guy, you ain't played the guitar, so why are you selling it? Wouldn't it be a good idea to check it out yourself before you sell it? I think that would be a good idea. And I think everybody else would agree that would be a good idea. Don't just box your shit up. Don't play it. Haven't played it. You can't answer simple questions because you got it boxed up for some bizarre reason. It ain't been sold yet. And you think someone's going to buy this based on the lack of information that you're giving them. Because it's real simple. He could have just simply said, well, damn, maybe I shouldn't have boxed it up. Let me cut this box open and take this out again and play it so I can answer this prospective buyer's question. Instead of, well, it's already been boxed up and I don't know. Well, fine, you're going to keep your piece of junk. That makes no sense. It's stupid as hell, I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it, But I'm tired of dealing with ignorant, stupid motherfuckers. You know, really, I'm really tired. I do what I do for you guys, the guys and the girls that appreciate this. Because if it weren't for you guys, I would have shut my channels down last year. You know? Because I'm like, I'm doing this out the kindness of my heart. And you got a great deal of people that think that, oh, you're supposed to do this for me. I'm supposed to do shit for you. I don't know you. Don't even like you. You know? Some of you. And this is not being addressed to the people that have been very supportive of my channel. And I try to be supportive of you guys whenever you guys got questions. I'm here to answer them, you know? To try to help, because I'm going to do a series of videos, and actually we can start with this video here. You guys that have questions, leave them down here. If I don't answer those questions, well, then just simply respond, and I'll do an entire video on a series of questions that I've had people ask me, you know, really, because I'm here to help you guys. And I know a great deal about the business of music as well as music. And that's another thing that most young folks don't know. They don't know the business of music. You know, my daughter's a musician, and I'm trying to tell her the business. She ain't trying to hear it because she thinks she knows the answers to the questions. Fine. You're going to need to fall and bump your head before you get up and realize, oh, maybe my daddy was right. You know, I thought I had the answer to the question. I didn't. He did. Yeah, because he's been there, done that. You know, there's two parts of this. And one is the obvious part, the playing, you know, and that's the part you enjoy doing, you know, and that's why you want to do what you want to do. But there's another part that's just important, if not even more important. It's the business of music. Music attorneys, copyright laws, royalties, percentage, the list goes on. And some of the things I just listed, some of you young folks have no idea what I'm talking about. That's why you need to listen, okay? Because if you don't, you can get fucked real bad. And I'm not talking about 2 or 3 years. You could be fucked for 20 years and can't get out this contract because you signed it. And you take it to court, and the lawyer and the judge will say, well, you signed this, dude. Next. Ain't nothing y'all can do about this. You signed it. You know, unless when you signed it, the guy that you signed it over to had a gun in your head. And then you got to prove that. You know? So I'm going to sign up now. But until next time, take care. And thanks for watching.